Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Mike, and thanks for jumping on here with me this morning. This week, for our Connect Wednesday session, we have Chris Snow flying in from Florida to speak with us about online lead generation strategies. And Chris is one of the top agents in the country and an expert in online lead generation. And I promise you, you can't miss this. This is a rare opportunity. We're going to start Wednesday just a tad early. We're going to start a special time this week at 10:15 to allow Chris to give us a thorough view on online lead generation and to give you a chance to ask your questions and explore this as thoroughly as you want to. We may go till about noon on Wednesday, so be early and be prepared. And in honor of Chris's visit, I want to focus on our calls this week, specifically on lead generation strategies. So let's start with this. There are two ways of generating leads in our business. You can earn it or you can buy it. Now, on the earn it side, we talk about this a lot, right? Examples of earn it would be BizBos, expireds, geographic farming, networking, actively campaigning to your sphere of influence. Now, some of you are going to say, well, what about videos and social media? Those aren't lead generation strategies in most cases. There are some rare exceptions to this, but mostly those videos and social media are follow-up strategies with these other groups. Okay, so on the earn it side, you've got those group of activities, areas of focus. On the buy it side, which is where we're going to focus this week, there is front and back end lead generation strategies. Front end would mean you pay an upfront fee, usually every month. You give them your credit card, it's a reoccurring fee, and they generate leads. How do they do that? They do it a number of different ways, mainly the ways you could do it yourself, and we're going to discuss that this week, but you're kind of paying them to do it for you. Okay? So front end paid online lead generation strategies would look like Google ads, Facebook ads, right? There are some lead generation companies. Boomtown would be one of them. Commissions Inc. might be another, where they don't charge you a back-end referral fee. You just pay them each month up front, and then there's no referral fees. Back-end are the most common, where agents say, I only want to pay you for success. I only want to pay a fee at closing. Now, these get a lot more expensive. But examples of back-end lead generation systems would be Zillow. And you know, Zillow's recently announced that they've increased their back-end referral fee to 40%, right? So that's the second most expensive back-end fee that I'm aware of. I'll tell you what the first is in just a second. OpCity would be another one. Boomtown has a back-end option. Realtor.com. Relocation companies. Now, this is the most expensive. They typically charge anywhere from 42 to 45% referral fees on the back end. Okay? So, however you want to choose to generate your business, whether it's earn it or whether it's buy it, however you choose to generate, and you do have to choose. That I guess the third area would be sit around and wait for it to come to you, and I can promise you that doesn't work so well. However you want to generate your business, there remains one crucial element, and that is follow-up. An effective, robust follow-up campaign is going to be absolutely necessary with any program that you implement. And tomorrow we'll discuss what a highly effective follow-up campaign with putting hand in hand with a lead generation strategy might look like. But make no mistake, it's critical regardless of your area of focus. For now, which is better, to earn it or to buy it? Well, I'm kind of an earn it guy. It's just how I grew up and how I learned to do it. I do acknowledge the buy it works. I don't argue with somebody like Chris. I mean, the way he does it works for him at a very high level. But I'm kind of an earn it guy myself, especially until you've generated enough momentum in your business to be able to afford to buy it. Chris is more of a buy it guy. Now, both can be right. I mean, some of the top agents in the country have buy it lead generation strategies. So no doubt it works if you attack it strategically. And that means that you're going to have to go into it clearly understanding what it is that you want to do and how you're going to do it. And you have a very systematic approach to this, and you acquire the skill set necessary to be successful at it. Now, here's why I started talking slower, and I'm putting so much emphasis on this. Because agents that just think that all they have to do is buy leads, they fail. And they fail in historic crash and burn scales. And here's why. They think that it's just natural. I think it's a form of unbridled ego. That you think you didn't have to have a strategy and to have acquired skills to be successful at something? Who do you think you are? No, make no mistake. What you're about to experience with Chris on Wednesday is a very highly skilled realtor. Very highly skilled. And he spent years acquiring these skills, which he's willing to share with you, and the strategy that goes along with online lead generation. But in order to be successful at this, and if you haven't noticed, pretty much anything in this business, you're going to need to be willing to acquire these skills yourself. They're not natural. You weren't born that way. I'm sorry. You're going to have to put a little elbow grease and acquire some new skills which virtually nobody here has. Sorry, another slap to the ego. If you're listening to me right now, I'm just saying you don't have the skills. You don't. I want you to have them, but you don't have them yet. And we're going to work on building these together. But here's what people say that don't do this right. They don't go into it strategically, and they don't acquire the necessary skills to be successful at it. They say things like, oh, these leads all suck. Well, see, you don't know what you're doing. And so that's a way of defending yourself and make it seem like it's everybody else's fault. I mean, yeah, maybe the leads suck, or maybe you do. Because some people are being highly successful at this, and others aren't. I don't want to see you fail at this. I don't want to see you adopt a failed strategy or to spend a lot of money that won't pay off for you. I want you to get a return on your investment if you decide to do this. So let's work together and acquire the skills and understand the strategies. Make sense? And if we did, I don't know, what do you think? Would we be going out and making it happen for ourselves today?